This fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the VFC lightweight division, and it's brought to you by Ralston Kino. Introducing first, fighting out of the WCW blue corner. He stands at 6'2", weighing in at 154.5 pounds, holding a professional MMA record of 19 wins, 6 losses. Training out of Des Moines Jiu-Jitsu from Des Moines, Iowa, TJ O'Brien. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Fire Barn red corner, stands at 5'8" and weighing in at 155 pounds, holding a professional MMA record of 12 wins, 4 losses. Training out of Mid-America Martial Arts from Omaha, Nebraska, Drew Dober. Your referee is Joe Bodler.
All right, Mike Kindle, our ring announcer, and we are set for our first of 3 professional fights. Victory Fighting Championship 40 live on Fox 42 KPTM here in Omaha, Nebraska. Again, Matt Kelly alongside Joe the Nose Wilk. And Joe, you know Drew Dober very well. What do you think about this fight as we're in the first 30 seconds?
Hey, we got a great matchup here. We got a UFC vet and TJ O'Brien coming out from Des Moines, and Dober's representing the home turf here in Omaha. An up-and-comer. Everybody knows him very well in the area and worldwide. He's a very talented kid, and I expect a good matchup here for sure.
Both of these guys pretty young fighters. TJ O'Brien, 26 years old. Drew Dober, just 24. Drew Dober had an unblemished amateur record, and you know, his first couple professional fights didn't go necessarily the way that many thought they would, but he said that almost has been helpful to him, and I'm sure, like a lot of fighters that I've talked to, you learn the most from your defeats, and Drew Dober has definitely done that, as we see TJ O'Brien getting Drew Dober down.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, about winning and losing, you know, you can win a note from winning a fight, but you can learn a symphony from a loss, you know, and Dober definitely experienced that a couple times, but he's really bounced back strong and as tough as they come.
Well, it looks like TJ O'Brien on top of Drew Dober and was going for that choke out right there, but Drew now in full guard, has TJ O'Brien in full guard.
Yeah, Drew's definitely going to want to try to get up and keep this fight on the feet. It's no secret here that we've got a bit of a striker versus grappler matchup. And right off the bat, we got a takedown from TJ O'Brien, and if we can get Dober back to the feet, then he'll be more comfortable there. But right now, he's doing a good job keeping his back against the cage and not panicking from that bottom position. And
not only is he not panicking, but it looks like he's trying to get under the chin of TJ O'Brien, and TJ has his hands on Drew's arm there.
Absolutely. This is a position I'm a little familiar with, and Drew seems to have him in some trouble, but this also is a way that sometimes if you don't finish right here, you can get yourself a little bit tired. So speaking from experience, if Drew doesn't have it, he should let it go and move on to something else, and if he feels like he's got it, then go for it.
That's something that is very interesting that you say that. You know, I've talked to a number of people. They say that a lot of guys exert a lot of energy when they get taken down or find themselves in certain positions, and sometimes they almost exert too much. They have to know when to let something go.
Absolutely, and it's such a fine line. Sometimes right before you let go of a move because you were thinking that, the guy taps. And sometimes you think you got a guy about to pass out, and he's not even in any trouble. So it's a lot of sensibility in there, and it comes from years of training, years in the gym, and a lot of fight experience, and both of these guys have that, so we're seeing a good battle right now.
TJ O'Brien, a couple left hands to the midsection of Drew Dober as Dober continues to keep TJ O'Brien in his full guard. Back up against the cage, head up against the cage, and overseeing the action, Joe Bodler, VFC veteran himself,
and just an awesome guy. Joe Bodler is a well-known man here in Omaha, and for good reasons. He's a legend in this game, been in for a long time, and now he's getting the best seat in the house. Only one better than our seats, Matt.
TJ O'Brien in the half guard now, gets that left leg out and passes over the top, but Drew Dober doing a nice job of still keeping a hold of TJ O'Brien's right leg. Now he does pass the guard.
Working to pass, and he's doing a good job, but Drew's going to get his hips back here, and you know, this is the one place Drew Dober doesn't want to be in this fight. If Dober's on the ground, he's going to want to be on top. He'd prefer to fight on the feet, so right now TJ O'Brien's doing a good job of putting the fight where he wants it, and sitting on top in the half guard as we speak.
Coming up on the final minute and 10 seconds here of our first round. These are professional mixed martial arts fights. The amateur fights go 3 5-minute rounds. These are 5 5-minute rounds. except for championship fights, and we have 2 of those later tonight. We will not see those on the broadcast, but Houston, the Assassin Alexander, and Jay Wood will battle their opponents in 5-minute round fights. And Drew Dober still trying to work that choke from the front. TJ O'Brien.
Dober's having a little bit of difficulty there because TJ is such a lengthy fighter. He's long and it's hard for him to stretch him out. He's got good pressure on the neck, but when you can't separate their hips from their head, it makes it hard to get the correct pressure to finish that. He's doing the right thing now, I think, which is he's going to try to get the fight back where he's more comfortable, which is on top. And here we go with O'Brien going after the neck.
Yeah, TJ O'Brien has Drew's neck, and then also dropping some right hands to the midsection. We're into the final 15 seconds of this first round. TJ O'Brien trying to finish. It looks like Drew Dober will survive at least to the second round. Joe, if you had to say anything real quick before we go to a commercial break, who would you give this first round to?
First round to TJ O'Brien, and Drew will come back strong in the second.
All right, we will be back with second round action. You're watching Victory Fighting Championship on KPTM Fox 42. Back here at the Ralston Arena, Omaha, Nebraska, Victory Fighting Championship 40. Matt Kelly alongside Joe the Nose Wilk, and we are in the second round of our first professional fight here tonight. Drew Dober in the the red and black trunks. TJ O'Brien, a UFC veteran, in the gray and black. And that first round again, Joe, who would you maybe lean towards?
I'm going to lean towards TJ O'Brien on that round, and Drew had him in trouble a couple times with a submission, but at the end of the day, the man controlling on top a lot of times is going to win the round, especially if he's staying active, which TJ did in that round.
Drew Dober, a world champion kickboxer as well, Muay Thai kickboxer, trains out of Mid-America Martial Arts here in Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of talented fighters, Joe, here in the Omaha area, the Midwest all around. You're out of CSC, Combative Sports Center, down in Manhattan, Kansas. You and your crew always coming up here and doing some nice work tonight, or throughout the Victory history as well. And so, just this whole mixed martial arts scene in the Midwest looks very good, very promising for the future as we see Drew Dober and TJ O'Brien trading some bombs.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Omaha always has produced really tough fighters, and a great venue here with Victory Fighting Championships to perform at. And so that's why we come up north for these fights. And right now you're seeing TJ O'Brien staying in the pocket a little bit here with Drew Dober. I'm a little surprised with that. It's a dangerous game, and we'll see how it works out for him. There he goes with the shot.
Yeah, exactly right. As you say that, TJ probably decides he might want to get Drew down to the ground. TJ O'Brien again in the gray and black shorts, 19-6 coming into this fight. Drew Dober in the red and black, 12-4. Out of those fights, he's fought in the Victory Fighting Championship 13 times. So the young man has appeared the most out of any fighters in the history of the Victory Fighting Championship.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of that's a strange situation a lot of times at this level in MMA, is someone pulling guard and accepting the bottom position, but TJ O'Brien is very gifted from that position. He's well known for his triangles and his bottom game, the full guard there. And Drew Dober didn't want to play with it, so he stood back up where he's comfortable, and here we are back at his range where he wants to fight, and we'll see what happens from here. TJ goes for a takedown. And he looks like he might get it.
And he's mounted Drew. And Drew wants to turn into him, right, and turn away and try to.
He needs to try to get that knee back in between his legs. If he can get back right there to the half guard position, he's going to have a much better chance now of his own offense, as well as being able to get back to the feet, which is where he wants to be.
This is mixed martial arts, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, a sport that's taken the world by storm, especially over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. And the nice up kick by TJ O'Brien gets a hold of the face of Drew Dober. Drew looking for an opportunity to try to drop a bomb.
Drew is he's coming down into the ground game here with TJ. You know, TJ, after those exchanges on the feet, has looked like he's being pretty comfortable going to his back here. I'm not sure if he took a good punch or possibly is a little bit tired, but Drew's feeling something here if he's going to go down to the ground and not just call him back to the feet. So he's going to work some ground and pound. He's pretty much past the guard right now, and looks like TJ O'Brien's going to try to get back to his feet.
And not only that, Joe, but he's also, putting a lot of body weight and a lot of pressure on TJ up against the fence. And
Dober's got his
with the back, and
it
looks like might be able to sink that in. Drew Dober going for the finish here with about 1:15 here to go in the second round. Drew Dober trying to lock in the guillotine, the rear naked choke that is, and TJ O'Brien holding on.
Oh, he tapped.
TJ O'Brien tapped. Drew Dober.
Impressive.
Drew Dober. An impressive victory over TJ O'Brien. We'll be back with the official decision after this. This is the Victory Fighting Championship on Fox 42. Back here at the Ralston Arena, getting set for the final decision, the official decision. We go inside the cage. TJ O'Brien and Drew Dober. Mike Kendall with the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Joe Butler, calls a stop to this fight at 3 minutes, 57 seconds of the second round for your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, Drew Dober!
Well, Drew Dober gets the big-time victory and a statement win from Drew Dober over UFC veteran TJ O'Brien. We'll be back with our second live fight. This is Victory Fighting Championship.